Upper body strength is important for pickleball, right? When you're hitting volleys, when you're playing anything at the net, when you're just hitting the ball in general, you need to have a sufficient upper body. You need to have strong upper body. Push-ups are a staple within your upper body. That's why I'm gonna teach you how to do the perfect push-up today. First things first, I wanna shout out to my awesome sponsor, Yola Pickleball. Go down in the show notes below if you're looking for any kind of pickleball gear. They have the best clothing, they have the best paddles for sure, right? The best in the world, plays with their paddles. Check out Yola Pickleball if you're interested in any gear. Also, if you're interested in training, I have 7 days free of in-app training, all geared towards pickleball. Go down in the show notes, click on the link and check it out. You need to start getting more out of your push-ups. So I wanna take 5 minutes and help you perfect your push-up form. Push-ups are one of the most used exercises by anybody, whether it's an athlete or a general population person that just wants to get in shape, because it's a staple exercise for upper body strength. Right, being able to do a push-up is a cool kind of staple. To get really good at push-ups, you have to train them with proper form. So I wanna run you through the perfect push-up form right now. All right, so when setting up for a push-up, ideally you want your hands just outside of your shoulders. So I'm gonna run through the basics, right? Hands slightly outside your shoulders, right? Right directly under my shoulders is pretty narrow. So I'm gonna go directly outside of my shoulders about 1 inch. And my hands can be placed straight forward, right? They can be just up and down, straight forward. When it comes to foot placement, I want my feet about hip width apart, right? So they're about the same distance. Just outside my shoulders, my feet are hip width apart. And when I start the movement, I want my elbows to go back at a 45-degree angle. So looking at me from behind, if I were to do a push-up right now, this is kind of like a 45-degree angle. This is not what I want. I don't want these real tight push-ups with my elbows real close, and I don't want my elbows flared out really wide. Because when I start to flare out really wide, I can put a lot of pressure on my shoulder. And when I go in close, I start to once I get lower, I start to dip this shoulder forward, right? There's a close grip or like this closed stance posture. My arms will come in close, my elbows will be close, and it causes my glenohumeral joint, this anterior glide, which can cause a lot of pinching in the front of the shoulder, which we don't want. So where we find the sweet spot is right at 45 degrees. So when doing this push-up, just outside the shoulders, feet just outside of hip width. As I lower, my elbows will go down at a 45-degree angle. And the name of the game is just keeping your back flat, right? As I go down, I want my entire back to be flat. One thing I don't want is I don't want to be arched up, and I definitely don't want to be here, right? So what I will say is I will try and have a minor glute squeeze as well as a minor ab squeeze. That'll kind of get my pelvis in this perfect locked up and down position. So a little squeeze of both my booty. See that little booty squeeze, ab squeeze, and then I'm gonna lower elbows at a 45. I don't have to touch the ground. I can go just above or touch, and then pressing back up. But the main and most important part is keeping that little glute squeeze and that little ab squeeze. That'll keep you going up and down in a straight posture. If that's too difficult, you go to the modified, right? Knees are on the ground. One thing I see here is most people don't put their hands far enough out. So when they're too close in, their butt starts poked up like this, and then they come here and their hand placement's just off. So my thing is I will get in this booty squeeze posture first. So now my back is in a straight line, my hands just outside the shoulders, and then I'm gonna go straight down and back up. Very simple, right? Booty squeeze posture, back stays flat. Push-up form mechanics may seem simple, but when done properly, when done correctly, it taxes your core a lot more, as well as makes the push-up as a whole a lot more difficult. But in turn will help you get a lot better at them a lot more rapidly. So start locking in your pelvis, doing perfect push-ups to increase your upper body strength.